Welcome to another video on art journaling processes, and this is very rare that you would see who is behind the voice in my art journaling videos. But today I thought, what the heck, I'm just going to switch on the video and talk to you directly. So very welcome. And today's video is about two art journaling pages next to each other, and I called these two pages a journey of discovery, and you will see why. Because the page that you will see on the left hand side started out as I just painted very randomly some colors that were left on my palette after another project, and I just very randomly just painted them on the page. Now, what was challenging for me, and I was completely out of my comfort zone, was that this particular combination of colors was not a combination that I would often use together, and so that was challenging for me, and I truly had to listen to my intuition to guide me with regard to this page. But I'll show you these pages in a moment, and also show you the evolution of these two pages, and I will tell you more about it. For now, what I want to just mention to you is often our journaling pages start this way for me. When I have leftover paint, I would just randomly splash it on a page and later come back to it. I think this page that I'm talking about, the page that you will see on the left hand side in my art journal, had been, I painted these colors some weeks ago, and as I was paging through my art journal, I thought I was thinking this is the right time to do something with it. It's amazing how it works, because one would ignore it. I paged through my art journal several times, but on the particular day that I started this page, that felt like the right moment. So, and it often happens. There are two other pages that are similar. With leftover paint, I did some backgrounds, and some stenciling that I will perhaps show you next week. So I'll switch the camera now, or switch off the camera now, and I'll continue to show you and explain to you the two pages. That's the object of today's video. Enjoy. So here on the left you will see the page that I spoke about earlier, and at this point I already added two things. I drew a frame 15 millimeters right around, 15 millimeters from the edges right around with a black Posca pen, and I also did some stenciling in the middle section with some gesso. And the idea was to soften the colors a little bit, because the colors felt very much in my face, so to speak. So I just did this to soften it a bit. As for the page on the right hand side, as you can see from the papers lying around here on my working table, I did some gel press printing the day when I started with these two pages, and I just cut one of the gel prints to size, and I pasted it into the journal. So this was all for this step. I just want to mention the acrylic paints that you see at the top of this image had nothing to do with these pages. They were just colors that I randomly put on my table, and I wanted to do something with them, but eventually I didn't use them. For the gel printing I did in this creative session, I used the same colors that were already on the page, and here you can see I decided to cut out some flowers from some of the gel prints, which I did just on ordinary printing paper, and you can see I also used book pages to print on. And yeah, I was just playing around with a possible page layout, so just having fun with the flowers. In this image you will see already a lot more detail. I did, with regard to the flowers, I added some centers to the flowers in color, different colors, and I also went around the edges of the flowers with first a black Posca pen and then a white Posca pen to soften it. And I also added some dots to the centers of the flowers, and I used New Color 2 crayons to add a little bit of turquoise. You can see first I just painted lightly with a brush. I painted around the flowers, and then I drew the leaves with the New Color 2 crayon, and I added some water to soften it. And I'm quite happy with how this came out, because turquoise is one of my favorite colors, and so for me, from this point on, I felt more at ease with the color combination of this page. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, at this point I also finished the frame around the page with a black Posca pen, and then I added some dots with a gold Posca pen, and this really gives a nice finish to the page. And here you can see I had lots of fun with some more details. To add more texture, I used a script stencil with some black archival ink, and I also added a lot more dots with a gold Posca pen, and I went around the leaves with a white Posca pen. So this is really at this point taking shape. And here are some close-ups so you can see more of the details. And here is the other page, the right-hand page. And I have to tell you, this was quite a challenge to do something with this gel print. So as you can see, I did a frame around, which I also used some Posca pens. Then I stenciled. The heart that you see in the middle I stenciled with some acrylic acrylic paint, and with a white Posca pen, I made some dots. You can see the white flowers around the heart, and that's about it. Oh yes, and I went in also with the turquoise New Color 2 crayon, just some touches around the heart to balance the turquoise that I used on the left-hand page. And that's all. So this was quite fun, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. So now I'll leave you to watch some close-ups and the final 2 pages, an image of the final 2 pages. Thank you for watching, and see you soon for another video on art journaling.